Welcome to the Miami Sports Vibes YouTube channel, here for my Week 12 NFL picks and predictions, straight up and against the spread. This looks to be like a pretty exciting week. Listen, last week was a pretty good week, to be honest. Like, last week was super entertaining. The witching hour on Red Zone was crazy. There was a lot of good games, a lot of good finishes. I hope this is the same for this week. Let's dive right into it with Thursday Night Football division matchup. The tough Pittsburgh Steelers, who are coming out of a win in Baltimore, which, I'm going to be honest with you, that was such a statement, man. The Steelers look good. I've officially bought in now. I think they're going to get the credit from me that they deserve. I've always talked about them as being a tough football team, very physical. I give them credit for that, but I think they are a complete football team. I mean, the fact that they were able to do that against the Ravens, listen, man, Steelers look good, but now it's tough, right? You're playing division opponents. Things get hard. Division opponents know you well. Taking on the Browns here on Thursday Night Football, short week. Browns, the Steelers are favored by 3.5 points here. This game is in Cleveland. Listen, Browns have not looked good at all this entire season. They are a freaking mess. But I really love the Browns getting the 3.5 points here. I'm going to take the Browns with the spread. However, I think the Steelers are the better football team. I trust the Mike Tomlin team coming in on a short week, going against a Cleveland Browns team that has looked bad. I trust them to be prepared. So give me the Steelers to win. However, give me the Browns plus the 3.5. I think we got a good game in store. Next game, the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Bears. This is another division matchup. Vikings, they did what they had to do against Tennessee, but I really thought that they would kind of pour it on a little bit more. So the Vikings look to kind of, they're not looking like they did in the beginning of the season, all right? Granted, they're still winning football games. The Bears, however, almost beat Green Bay. I don't understand this Bears team. It's so freaking inconsistent. I cannot get a good read. They're at home here. Vikings are favored by 3.5. It's a division game. I'm going to stick with the same thing the way I was looking at the earlier game. I'm going to take the Bears plus the 3.5, but I'm going to take the road Minnesota Vikings to get the win in Chicago. They're the better football team. I think they get it done. Next, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New York Giants, a 5.5-point spread. Listen, man, I think the Giants, I know they're coming off a bye week. Makes me want to take them, but listen, man, the Giants suck. But then again, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a team dealing with so many injuries. But I trust Baker Mayfield in this spot. I will take the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Buccaneers laying the 5.5 points. Next game is the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. This game is in Miami. Miami is favored by 7 points. I am going to lay the 7 points, and I'm going to take my boys, the Miami Dolphins. I think they do what they need to do here. They understand the assignment. There's little room for error here for the Dolphins. They did what they had to do last week and the week before that. I expect the same scenario here at home against the Patriots. Next game, the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. Division game here. All right, a lot of division games this weekend. So listen, that's good football, okay? Division games, even if you have a crappy team, it's good football, man. Like, these teams, I love division games, man. I really freaking do. Many people might be bored of it because you've seen the same thing, but honestly, I freaking enjoy it. It's awesome. It's awesome football. So Texans, obviously, getting Nico Collins back. I still feel like CJ Stroud does not look like himself lately. I don't know what is going on there, but this whole season, I expected him to have better numbers. Granted, he's still throwing the hell out of the football with a lot of passing yards, but the efficiency is just not there. It's not clicking. They're at home here. They're going against a crappy Tennessee Titans team. I'm going to take the Texans to win, but I'm going to take the Titans plus the 7.5 to keep it close. Division opponent. I think they could hang in there. I don't think the Titans are a good football team, but I think they can hang in there. Next game, the Chiefs taking on the Panthers. This game is in Carolina. The Chiefs are favored by 10.5 points. Pretty big spread. I am not surprised, and I am also going to lay the 10.5 points and take the Chiefs. Chiefs are coming off a loss against Buffalo. Expect them to get right back into things. Easy opponent here going against the Panthers, who cannot defend anything at all. So I expect big games from those guys like DeAndre Hopkins, big games like from Xavier Worthy, maybe Travis Kelce. Listen, this is a great bounce back scenario. Get right, get back into the win column. I like the Chiefs on this one. Next game, the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Commanders. Commanders are favored by 10.5 points. This game is in Washington. Jaden Daniels is hurt, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell based on the performance last week. Like, he's clearly hurt. He's not 100%, but he's just trying to give it his all. I respect that man, and I'm definitely taking the Commanders to beat the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys look like a mess, but I'm going to take the Cowboys to cover the 10.5-point spread. It's freaking crazy. I know, especially after seeing what the Cowboys did on Monday Night Football. But listen, it's a lot of value there. For a division opponent, 10 points is a lot. And Jaden Daniels hurt. So give me the Commanders to win, but I'll take the Dallas plus 10.5. Next game, the Detroit Lions. How about the freaking Lions, man? I've been on it since the beginning of the season, since I've been doing these picks. Go listen if you haven't. I just had a feeling the Lions were really going to be this football team that we've been seeing. And it's awesome to see, man. Shout out to the Lions. I mean, they've been through some shit as a fan base for so many years. Complete laughingstock for a majority of my life growing up. And the fact that they're doing big things, it's freaking awesome, man. Shout out to the Lions. So they're going into Indianapolis here. They're favored by 7.5 points here, going against the Colts, who just beat the New York Jets. I'm going to take the Lions here, obviously, and I'm also going to lay the 7.5, man. This is a team that put up 50-plus points 2 times already this season. Give me the Lions offense. Give me the Lions minus 7.5. Love it. Next game, the Denver Broncos against the Las Vegas Raiders. Division opponents going toe-to-toe here in Vegas. Broncos look pretty good, man. I mean, Sean Payton's really turned that around pretty quicker, like at a quicker pace than what I thought, to be honest. So big shout out to the boys in Denver. That defense is balling. Going against the Raiders team who they look a mess, man. I think the Denver Broncos, do what they need to do defensively. Give me the Broncos to win this game and give me the Broncos minus the 6.5, man. After what I saw from the Raiders, I think the Denver defense is going to be all over them. Next game, man, this is going to be a good one. Green Bay Packers at home hosting the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers look pretty mid, man. I don't know what's going on there. Injuries, just not completing games, losing to Seattle. Is the juice running out in San Francisco? Is it over? Is that window closing? I mean, I don't know. Listen, this is a lot of pressure here. Now you're going into Lambeau Field, coming off a loss against Seattle and playing at another tough place. All right, in Lambeau, you're an underdog going into this one. If the 49ers don't win this game, I think they're even first-round exits at this point. Deadass. So I, give a lot of respect to the 49ers, mainly because of Shanahan over there. So I'm going to take the Niners to win this game. And I'm going to take the Niners plus the 2.5. It's going to be a good one, man. I really can't call it. I don't feel confident in that pick, but that's what I'm rolling with. But Green Bay is also a team that is clicking on all cylinders. Next game, the Cardinals taking on the Seahawks. This game is in Seattle, division opponent. This is a straight pick 'em. Cardinals are favored by 1.5 on the road, plus 100 value there. Listen, I like the Cardinals, man. I really do. I really like what they're able to do on the offensive side of the ball. And the defense is pretty solid, man. Buda Baker, they have a couple pass rushers there, and they have a defensive-minded head coach, man. I really like how quick this Arizona team has turned things around, and you kind of see their direction of where they're going. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying seeing Kyler Murray play the way he's been playing. Give me the Cardinals to win this game. Tough environment. Division opponent in Seattle is going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. But give me the Cardinals and give me the Cardinals minus the 1.5. It would be kind of crazy if I think the Cardinals win, but then pick Seahawks plus 1. So not doing that. Next game, the Eagles taking on the Rams. This game is in LA. The Eagles are only favored by 2.5 points against a Rams team who's, coming off a win against New England. They're right there. They're fighting with the Arizona Cardinals. This San Francisco, you can't sleep on it. That whole division, and even Seattle's creeping up. That whole division is kind of, fighting for it. This game's Sunday Night Football, prime time, under the lights. I think this is going to be a freaking good one. I like the Eagles to win this game, and I like the Eagles minus the 2.5. I think there's going to be a ton of Eagles fans here, by the way. At SoFi Stadium, they really pack this place out, man, with those big teams, the Dallases of the world, the Miamis, the Philadelphia, those big fan bases, the Raiders, the Steelers, all those teams. I think they're going to have a lot of people from Philly traveling. It's freaking cold over here in the East Coast. You get to go to the West Coast to watch a primetime game. I think a lot of Philly fans will make their way. I think they make a lot of noise, and I think that they carry that momentum onto the field. So give me the Eagles and give me the Eagles minus the 2.5. And Monday Night Football, another freaking treat for us at SoFi in LA. This is the same scenario. Another team that just doesn't have a good home crowd. I expect Baltimore fans to also take the trip to California for this Monday Night Football game. A primetime game in warm weather, getting out of this cold weather in the East Coast. Baltimore has a great fan base. I think they even show up at SoFi. Now, the Rams have more fans than the Chargers do. So I think even this is even, you're going to see a lot of purple in the stands, man. Ravens are trying to, bounce back after losing to Pittsburgh. This is they're favored by 3 points here. Chargers are a pretty good football team, man. I'm going to take the Chargers plus the 3. But I like Baltimore's team to bounce back, man. They have to win. They have to bounce back. You don't want to fall into a hole and a habit where you're going on a losing streak, losing 2 in a row. No, they need this win. I think they bounce back, and I think they get it done. And those are my Week 12 NFL picks and predictions. Guys, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know your predictions. Let me know your upset of the week, by the way. If you have an upset of the week, let me know. Obviously, I didn't really have one that was too crazy out there. Usually I do, but I didn't have it this time. But let me know yours on the comment box below. And for now, see you next week.